So I have a 2014 Ford Raptor that I'm going to be installing some Squadron Pro from Baja Designs on, and I'm going to show you guys the install and a little bit how to do it. And it's a little bit complicated at first, but it's actually super easy. So the first thing I did was I've had this truck for about 2 years and I decided to put some more lights on it. Called the off-road shop, see what kind of prices they'd quote me for. So I got, for just the four pod lights that are going to go on the fog mounts, $666 for labor, $4.79 for an environmental surcharge, and a $100 miscellaneous shop fee. So obviously that reinforces the idea of just go ahead and do it yourself. It's not too bad. So don't get ripped off by the off-road shops, that's for sure. So the next thing I did was did some price checking on Baja Designs and some other websites. I actually came to the conclusion that a website called CJ Pony Parts had the best prices. They were about 10 to 12% lower than everywhere else I could find, including Baja Designs. So ordered everything from there, and everything was great. A lot of it was actually shipped right from the manufacturer. So Baja shipped it right to CJ, and then they shipped it to me. So I wanted to hook up all four of my Squadron Pros onto one aux switch. So in order to do that, it was kind of hard to find out. So I called Baja Designs, and they actually gave me the exact part numbers and the quantity of what I'm going to need to buy to do that. So if you're doing the same thing that I'm doing, putting all four on the one switch, you're going to need these products. Well, one, you're going to need all the four lights. Two, you're going to need the brackets that fit into the pockets there. And then next is the wiring. So you're going to need two of these units. And the part number is 613607. The next one, you only need one of these. It's 613606. And the last one, you only need one of these as well, is the part number is 640093. So if you just go ahead and get all that, you'll be in good shape. You're going to see there's a lot of different options. If you for the lenses, I decided to go with all four amber and all four wide cornering because I knew I was going with 40-inch light bar that I was going to put on right after that. So maybe if you're not doing that, maybe you could go for the driving combo, or they have spots or spot beams. So there's a lot of different. All right, we got the washer and the bolt on here. There we go. We got that side on. Hand tighten that just like that. Throw the other side on. Let's go ahead, put this on here, just slide that right over. Grab your multi-tool, helps a lot. Line up your hole, stick her in. Bingo. Alright, you can leave those relatively loose because we're going to actually put it on the mount now. You can see the first light will go in the first hole, and then the second light will go in this hole right here. That's if you're using two lights. If you're using one light, you can just put it in here. And I think you can actually put a small onyx bar mounted on here. I think it says that in the instructions, but we'll go ahead and mount this on. Washer and your nut, the silicone on the top there. And we will go ahead and get this relatively tight to go ahead and mount it on the truck. You can see actually, you don't need to get it super tight, but the way it sits in the truck, it's sort of on an angle, so you don't actually want these straight. You kind of want to tighten them a little bit on an angle there, especially depending on what pattern you have. I have the amber wide cornering, so they can be a little off to the side. That's all right. Tighten this up on here. There we go. Now we're money. Angle it a little bit. first. I'm going to tighten up the sides a little bit. That way, if you tighten up the sides, you can move it out here. It's a little bit easier. Alright, that's pretty good for that. Now we'll finish tightening up the top. Should be good right there. Yep, just enough wiggle room so once we install it we can adjust the angles and then tighten it just a hair bit more when it's inside. Alright, that's good. Alright, so I already got the other side in. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this one in. So what's going to come out up top is these two little bolts and washers, and you're going to be replacing them with the new ones that come with the mount. And all you need to take those out is a little 10mm socket, and I use a wrench for the other side. One of the bolts in there, it's super hard to get to, it's kind of a pain, so you may need a wrench. Alright, now underneath the truck, so here's the little mount where you're going to put it in, the fog pocket. You're going to take out these two bolts. This one here, this one here. This one here you can see, it's sort of tough to get to. That's the one I used the wrench for. But I'm just going to pull those out. And I'm just going to go ahead and tighten up the top here before I put it back in. I forgot to tell you guys, this is a 15mm for the top piece. Alrighty. Took them out. Now all you're going to do is this just fits up here. And all of this does is sit right up there. Line your holes up and you're good. I have this sweet little O light with the magnetic tail. It really helps out when you're doing this kind of stuff. I always use it when I'm working on the truck. Alright, finished placing them in and gonna wire them up. Just ran the wires through, connected them all up, ran them up through to get some zip ties to tie this down, make it all nice and organized. But I threw another one down through the battery right here. Got one of my little brothers wiring that up. They just clip in really simple. And the rest of this is going to have to go through the firewall. So we'll start on the other side of the truck, the inside. So all you got to do is pull off this panel, put your fingers in this air vent, and it just pops out. Next you want to pop the glove box out. So you can actually just pop this, do the same on the other side. Come right down. Oh no, my Michael Jackson CD. Here's the instructions from Baja Designs. They lay it out pretty nicely, but you can see a green-brown stripe is the glove box color, and then you can put it over to the green one. Actually, all those can go. The green-brown stripe can either go to the red, green, blue, or purple. I just decided to go with the green. But those are the 4 aux switch wires. We're on the front of the truck. It's going to be 4 wires. Red, blue, purple, and a green, which is the one I decided to use. And then inside the truck, you're going to find the same deal. There's going to be 8 wires right down in there. And they're all color coded. So I decided to use the second aux switch for the fog lights because I have a light bar I'm going to put on the first one. And I'm using these because they're both rated for 30 amps. And then it's third one's 15 and the fourth one is 10 amps. So all I'm going to do is I decided to use the green wire, the green dead pass-through that goes through the front of the truck. And then the green with the brown stripe is the one that goes to the second aux. So I'm just going to take these, I stripped them, I'm going to put a wire nut on them. Those are going to be good to go. And then just take the front of this. It actually came with a clamp, so it was opened up, and then I just stripped the green wire, put it in there, clamped it up, and I took the ground, bolted it on where the ground, some of the other grounds are on the truck. And besides that, oh, and it's an 8mm to get that little bolt off. But that's about it. All I gotta do is clean it up now. Let's make sure she works. Alright, that one's on. Looking good. There we go. Now on to the 40-inch light bar. That'll be mounted right inside the grill here. Baja Designs on it 6 Plus. So I hope you guys liked the video and it was easy to follow along on. It was pretty tough for me to find like any decent videos that really showed like the whole process of the install and some of the like quirks that were going on, or some of like the finer details a lot of the videos skipped out on. So I decided to just make it a little bit longer and go through all that, so at least and if you don't need that part, skip over it. But if you liked it, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be doing some more Raptor stuff. I'm sort of going forward with like an overland build on it, so I have a truck cab coming and some other things that I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on the truck and doing some off-roading and things like that. So got a lot more content coming, and I'm also going to do a video on how the lights compare at night. I'm going to do the fog pocket, the Squadron Pros, and then the 40-inch light bar I'm getting from Baja Designs. So do another video on that once it's all installed.